put record on. And I'm going to share my screen. You want me to, well, Brenda, do you want to talk first or do you want me to pull up a slide?
I know I can talk with the slide open. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to pull up the slide then. Here we go. Right.
And you want me to introduce myself?
Yes, Brenda, if you will introduce yourself, that'd be fabulous.
Okay. So I was thinking about this introduction because I've done so many talks, and I guess what I want each of you to know is that I was a physical education teacher that could not get a job, ended up going to grad school in cardiac rehab, and then ended up working as a cardiac rehab specialist at Georgetown Hospital, and then became the exercise specialist of the old hospital in 4 years, working in cardiology. And what I realized after becoming the exercise specialist for the entire hospital, I had to go back to my roots, which is prevention, and as a physical education teacher. So for 30 plus years, I co-owned a corporate fitness and wellness center to help take fitness and wellness to where people spend most of their day at work, at retirement communities, long-term care, and really hospitals, government agencies, really every industry other than, the school system. They had their own. So that being said, I really am appreciative to Dr. Karen to let me share what I think is so important as far as obtaining optimal health. And so you can see from the agenda, I always have to have an agenda and goals, is that we're going to talk about really two topics, balance and posture. And Karen, next slide. And Karen's going to help me because we're going to juggle back and forth. So this is a repeat, those that have been on before. But one of the things that I want you to understand is about functional exercise or fitness is that really it's about optimal health, to allow you to do what you want to do daily, whatever that is, and moving your body really without pain. And it really is all about optimal health or quality of life. Next, Karen. So the first topic is about balance. And I know a lot of you are on this call are from the health field. I started off by a list of what I've heard from seniors that they have dealt with, and the doctors told them that these are some challenges if they're taking medication, they have side effects, inner ear, visual challenges, and blood pressure issues. Could you put in the chat what other issues that you're aware of or challenges that people have that you know about, that reasons that they've fallen or they tell you that they're having issues with balance? Can you share that in the chat room? I appreciate it. Because one of the things I can tell you, it's about aging. Aging, unfortunately, a lot of people have shortened muscles, they're inactive, and as a result, are falling. So low energy, great. COPD, congestive obstructive pulmonary disease. So lung disorder. What else?
Injuries, someone said injuries.
Okay. Foot problems, that's a great one too. People don't understand that they've got issues with their feet or knees. Awesome. Joint or muscle related issues. Fatigue, weakness is another. What else? Back pain, great. So there's so many issues, and we have to help people become stronger and learn how to improve their balance to prevent injuries. Karen, next slide. Next slide, Karen.
Okay. Yep.
So here we go. So this is what we're going to do together. So if you're sitting right now, step back, stand up straight. And this is going to be the first assessment. And why do I love assessments? Assessments makes you aware of your own well-being and where you are. And if this is an issue, and I can tell you I have an issue because I've had both my hips replaced, and I realize I still have to work on this to strengthen the muscles around my hips. So I can, even though I'm playing sports, I still have to work on this. So this is what I want you to do. And Karen, you don't have to switch. Just let's keep it. I can talk it through. So what you're going to do, with or without shoes, it's up to you. You're going to cross your arms across your chest, because I think you can see me. Okay, you can cross your arms. And this is the position that you're going to stay with. These hands do not move. Now I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'll tell you when 30 seconds are up to a minute. I'll time it. And what I want you to do is that you're going to stand on one leg, either one, it doesn't matter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say start. So I'm going to say, raise your leg, and that's how I'm going to start the clock. Okay, we ready? We're ready. Here we go. Raise your leg. Okay, keep your arms crossed. Make sure you're breathing. No holding your breath. Breathe comfortably. And if you fall over, that's okay. That just tells you something about yourself. But I will tell you, as we get to 30 seconds, and do the best you can, because this is all about awareness and where you are right now today at 4 o'clock Eastern time, or whatever the time is. Okay. Okay, 30 seconds. So those of you keep track, you've done 30 seconds. We're still going. Okay, we're going to go to a minute. And if you can do a minute, that's fantastic. Okay, almost there. 15 seconds. Keep breathing. Almost there. A minute's a long time in it when you don't even think about it. Almost there. Good job. And it's a minute. Stop. All right, do me a favor. In the chat, if you so want to, go ahead and share if you did 30 seconds or you got to a minute. If less than 30, and whether you did a minute. But you can see, awesome. If you can see, normal balance, according to physical therapists who use this tool, a minute is a normal balance. So those of us that did not reach a minute, we're going to work on some exercises. Okay, next slide. Okay, so I'm going to switch to me now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate and pretend that this is a stair. Okay, watch me. Look at my feet. Okay, I'm going to try to modify. So can you see these two blocks? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the exercise, and you can do this even where you are without a step, but you go to the first step at your house and you're going to tap. Watch me. Just like that. Oops. Just like that. Back and forth. And you're going to get these slides because they're all there for you. And you're going to do this comfortably at least 20 times per side. Okay? Got it? That's one exercise. All right. Now, because it's going to get harder, those of you who really are well balanced. Then what we're going to do is, okay, watch me. And you got this slide. It's on the slide, so Karen will send these to you. Now, oops, sorry. Now you're going to stand on one leg, okay? And you're going to move up and back. Okay, you all doing this with me? Up and back. And then you're going to move your arms. Now, those that can do all this, okay, see, my balance is not that good. But you're going to go up and back with the one leg, up and back. Keep going. And see if you can balance on that one leg. Move your arms all around. Okay, forward and back on one leg. And if you notice that you fall over, then you know that you need to start strengthening and working on the balance of that leg. Then, okay, stop. Then, and I am working on this one, but I want you to pretend that you just dropped your keys, or you wanted to pick up a book. Karen's got plenty of books, but you're going to pick up on one leg. See if you can, those that want to be challenged. And again, no one can fall, but see if you can pick up that object on one leg. Go ahead on your own. See if you can do it. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let me know who could do that. who could pick up an object standing on one leg in the chat room? Go ahead. And then Karen, when you're ready, this is awesome. Karen, when you're ready, give me back my slides. And we're on your muscles is the name. You'll keep advancing till we get to your muscles. There you go. This is interesting. I want you all to understand this. And this is from the book. And I'm going to, if I want to do a class on the book, but it's called Simple Changes to End Chronic Pain. And I talked about it by Nancy Shaw. And it's in the reference, so you'll have it on the slides. But I don't know if you realize, but 40% of our body is made up of muscles. This is an interesting fact. 85%, our muscles cause 85% of all chronic musculoskeletal pain. And the most frequent reason why people go to doctors and they don't know how to help them. Next slide, Karen. So this is what I've learned. And let me just pause here and tell you my story of why I'm so into not only Dr. Karen, who's changed my life, but Nancy Shaw, who saved my life. Two things happened to me. One, I blacked out from heat exhaustion while bicycling. I fell over on my shoulder and broke my collarbone in half and had a concussion. And now Donna talked about head injuries, so I learned a little bit about what I need to be concerned. After that, the orthopedic surgeon just put me in a brace. After the brace of 2 months, so the muscles were, the joint was like this, and they wanted me to put them back together, which it did. I was in a brace. I don't know if you can see me. I was in a brace that did this to me. After I got off the brace, this is how I was, and I'm not joking. I could not do this at all. My muscles were so shortened, so tight, keeping me in that position that Nancy Shaw helped me. The other thing was I had a herniated disc, and I could not even lean over to brush my teeth because I was in so much pain. I couldn't even shave my legs in the shower. But Nancy helped me. And these are the things I'm sharing with you if you have chronic pain that keeps you from being active. And this is what I've learned from Nancy. Muscle pain is a result of sitting way too long, of having tight muscles that I just explained, results in the muscles shortening. So when you stay in a position, if the muscle's supposed to open and close or shorten and lengthen just like that, if it stays in one position over time, it's going to lead to pain. And then today I'm going to make you aware of your own postures, or you will figure out your own movement that causes you pain. Karen, next. And these are other things that Nancy talks about, which I didn't even realize. So you got to look at your chair, your sofa, the bed you sleep in, and the pillow you use while sleeping. Okay, next. So think about, and this is really about you now. I want you to write down, other than the ones I have, but I have sleep posture, the office chair posture, your TV, or if you're in the couch watching, TV, your walking or standing posture and other postures. This is what I want you to think about. During your day of being awake, what is another posture? Let me first ask this. What's the posture that you spend most of the time, other than sleeping? Other than sleeping, what is it? Is it your office chair? Is it doing a hobby? Like if you're doing a sewing machine, you're a seamstress. What is it? Okay. People are already, and put it in the chat. Okay. Thank you. Put in the chat. What is that position for you?
A lot of people, office chair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Office chair since COVID. Yep. All right. Office chair. Yeah. I had a feeling. Okay. Great. Thanks for sharing. All right, Karen, you want to keep going? So this is one of your action plans at the end. Look at this slide. This opened my eyes so much to where I was having my problem. And people don't even think about this. So you're going to need to ask somebody to take pictures of you in your sleeping position. Just get in, obviously the blankets are all there. Just get into that sleeping position. And also where your head is on your pillow. Consciously think about where you start. Then sitting at the computer, which most of you talked about, have them take your picture. Then sitting, watching TV or anything else that you want. Okay, if you stand a lot, have them take that photograph. And all I'm going to say to you is, oh my God, what you're going to learn about your own postures. Okay, next. How we doing on time? Okay, so this is really important. And I took a whole biomechanics course in undergraduate school, which is really all about posture. And we had to go to the mall and observe people and what we observed. And one of the things, and I don't know if you all could see me standing up, but if my ears have to be over okay, so let's see. So really what you want in standing up straight, remember I used to be like this, standing up straight, shoulders back, my ear should be right over my shoulder. Is it? You all tell me. Karen?
Which part of your which part of your ear?
Just the right down, if I go like this with my ear. Straight down. A little forward.
A little more, yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah, see, this is what most people, if you watch, most people have a forward head. I have to consciously, because you don't see yourself.
Yeah.
But see, when Karen told me, I can then move my head back.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Stand up straight. Now, the key is that everything has to be in alignment. And whether it's, sitting in a chair, a lot of people are like this, so forward. And that's muscle memory. Your muscles are remembering that position. And over time, I can tell you, it will lead to pain. Because then later you want your body to do something and it can't do it because it's so short. Those muscles are so short. Okay, next. Okay, go back.
And Brenda, isn't it like our head is very heavy. So what I've learned is 1 little degree forward is a huge amount of extra stress on our spine. I've seen some calculation about that. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a great point, Karen. Okay, so we're going to be to sleep posture. Okay. So this is what you need to ask yourself. What's your sleep posture? Do you sleep on your back, your side, or your stomach? And I'm going to tell you, you do not, and I'm repeat, do not want to be sleeping on your stomach. It is really not, it's going to lead to so many problems. And guess what position I was sleeping in? On my stomach. And it really weakens your core, your back and stomach muscles. And that's where a lot of my pain came from, my back. And once I changed my posture sleeping, it freed up those muscles. And then I did stretches to then reduce my back pain. And then Nancy talks about pillows and where you should put your pillows. And if any of you have chronic pain or know somebody that has chronic pain, I would highly recommend to get her book. Highly recommend. And let me just sidebar, she actually travels to Sweden and Norway and trains chiropractors on this technique. And also she decided that this was the self-care guide. This book is a self-care guide that takes you through what you're doing, where the pain is, and what stretches to do.
We're still on the sleep posture. Sorry, I moved forward too quickly. Someone asked in the chat, Brenda, if you don't sleep on your stomach, what is the best way to sleep?
The two that she recommends is, there's no one, is your back or your side. Okay. But again, when you take pictures, You need to be in alignment, just like we went through with the you analyzing, Karen, my posture. You should be total alignment. And I will bet most of you have a forward head that you're not in alignment when you're sleeping. And that's shortening those muscles. That's muscle memory that you're teaching, and it's not healthy. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope it does, because it really was a light bulb for me. And I have a video, if anybody's interested. I have a video. She had me on her office floor teaching me how to, because she's in Virginia and I was in Maryland. She taught me how to sleep on my side, because I do sleep on my side as well. The back is not comfortable for me. Okay, next. Now I love this, because everyone asks about how do you stretch? And she came up the rule for 2. Look at this. This is awesome. I wish I came up with it. So you do 2 repetitions of each of your stretches that you do. Then you hold the position for 2 full breaths. Not hold your breath. Inhale and exhale. So you breathe in and you breathe out twice. 2 hours, every 2 hours, you repeat the stretch. And then don't forget, whatever you do to one side of the body, you have to do to the other. So she's saying stretch both sides. 2, 2, 2. If you learn nothing, and I'll tell you why this is so fantastic, and she learned working with her patients, is muscle memory. You've got to continue to work the muscle in the new stretch position that you want, so to eliminate pain. Okay, next. Okay, so this is just a refresher. Again, I put things on a slide so when you get it later, you won't forget, but it's all about your new posture and the new muscle memory is what I'm trying to help each of you, so to eliminate any kind of pain. All right, next, Karen. Okay, so you know I'm big on this, the simple neck stretch. And I've gotten myself in a routine as far as in the morning when I wake up, I started stretching. And I'm doing it now for 5 or 10 minutes. And I want to tell you, after being in this field for over 40 years, people don't like to stretch. Does anyone, put it in the chat, does anyone know why people don't like to stretch? Because I do think I know a couple of the reasons. See if someone can tell me why you think people do not like to stretch. Okay, time, in a hurry, okay. What else? Okay, wait a minute, someone said it hurts. So true, hurts, what else? They're sore after stretch, okay, because they're tight. Anything else? Anybody else want to guess? Great comments, okay. Okay, don't know what to do. That's a great one. I'll be there to help you. You just have to email me and I can help anyone that wants any help. Okay, listen to this. Whoever said it hurts, the other point is, I can't do it. Think about it. So if you're telling a person to stretch and it doesn't move, meaning let's say they're trying to stretch and they put their arms overhead and they can't even do that. So it hurts. And they're immobile. And so because I can't, it's not something I'll do. And another reason, think about how long you need to stretch to get the benefit. It takes too long. So people don't want to wait, so they don't do it. And the time that it takes, and if, I don't know about a lot of you in elementary PE, if you learn to stretch, but a lot of us didn't stretch when we were kids or when we played sports. We just went out and played. We didn't stretch. So our bodies have been tight over time. So we have a long time to catch up, but we can do it. So let's do a few, because you know how much I love, Karen, you just keep it like this, so you're going to turn to the right, turn to one side. I love this one. I do it every morning because I have neck issues because of playing sports, and then go to the other side. And again, what she said, once you learn what stretches you need to do in her book, based on the postures that you have issues with, She actually tells you what stretches to do for your problems, okay? And then you go to side, take one side ear to your shoulder, and then go to the other side. Again, nice and slow. Make sure that you don't hold your breath, because breathing and technique are the most important thing when it comes to stretching. And you hold the stretch. Remember, we used to bounce. We don't bounce anymore. Too many people got hurt, and that's where they stopped it. Okay, now both standing and knee lunge. Karen, won't you give me back to me so I can demonstrate? You all can stand up and do this. Okay, so you're standing shoulder width apart with one foot. Just go forward, step out in front, and that's a forward lunge, just like that. And then depending on how strong you are, you can lean forward, keeping your knee over your ankle, but hold the stretch. Remember what Nancy just said, 2 breaths. Or you can count to yourself 1 and 2, but I like to do 2 full breaths, and then bring your leg back. And remember what she said, you have to do both sides. Now do the other one, step out with the other, hold it, bend the front, knee over the ankle, posture back, make sure your shoulders are back. And then do you feel the stretch in your inside here, your groin or your hip flexor muscles? Okay. And then you come back. All right. Then the other one is where you're actually down, right? Your knee's down and you're coming forward with your knee. I don't know. Can you see me well, Karen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, and you just hold that. And I got to tell you, I am so tight. This hurts me. And most people don't even feel anything. So you got to get them to lean more or put their leg back more so they can feel the stretch. But most people are so tight here from sitting so long. From, your hip flexors are so tight. And I had to get them back after my hip surgery because I was already tight. So then relax and then switch legs, do the same thing, switch legs. Okay. And lunges is so good for balance. And just hold it. Do the 2 breaths, the 2 count on your own. Never hold your breath. Good posture. Get your shoulders back. And relax. Okay, stand up. Okay. Let's see where we are, Karen. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to finish up with the chair stand because I love the chair stand. And so watch me. So get your chair. Some of you last month did this. Okay. And again, you're going to cross your arms. You're going to start in a sitting position on the edge of your chair. Let's see if you can see me. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, watch. I'm going to demonstrate. Watch me. I'm going to stand up. And every time I stand up, I'm going to count 1. Don't do it yet because I got to set my clock. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 30 seconds. And you're going to stand up, watch me, and sit down. And stand up and sit down for 30 seconds. All right. So I'm going to reset my clock. Okay, you ready? So everybody, you're gonna start in a sitting position. Start in a sitting position. Sit in your chairs, arms across. Everybody sitting. Okay, and this is the command. This is the command. Listen, it's going to be stand. Is the command. Okay, and I want you to work at your own pace. Okay, you ready? Start. Okay, count to yourself. Keep breathing. Work at your own pace. Okay, those that are stronger can go faster, but those that not, work at your own pace. Good. Keep going. Awesome. Almost there. Keep going. Awesome. And stop. Okay, stop. Karen, when you're ready, can you give me the results so they can see based on their age? I don't think we have any men here, right? Just women, right? Next slide. Okay. So you can see if you're under the age of 60, you should be doing, I don't even know, 20. And you'll have to go in the chat box so I can see. But how many did you do? How many people did 17? Okay. 16. Okay. All right. Okay. 18. Awesome. Okay. Good. So based on your age, and you can see the increments as far as age. So, I'm just going to tell you, I should be able to do 16 based on my age, 65 to 69. And anybody under the age of 60 should be doing 17. When you think that's a good goal for people? All right. All right, Karen, keep going. We're almost done. And then we'll open it up. And we'll keep going. One more. Okay. This is your action plan. This is what, and again, it's up to you. One, I just want to tell you, get those posture photos. Ask somebody to do that for you. And then take a moment to look at those and see if you're in alignment. Then I also recommend, and it's funny, I asked Nancy because I texted her, told her I was going to do this. And I said to her, what are really good stretches that everybody should be doing? You can imagine what she said to me. She says, not everybody's going to do the same stretches. They got to do the stretches based on their needs, based on their posture, based on the challenges that they have, which makes sense to me. But again, I think the lunges and the head circles and neck exercises are really good. So, and then TME, you probably have heard that before, 30 minutes every day. That's the abbreviation that I've come up with, that at least try to walk. If you're doing no activity, 30 minutes every day. Okay, that's your action plan that I hope all of you will think about. Karen, next. And these are the resources. Notice I put Dr. Karen's book as well, because what I feel, both these books, I have both of them right here. Both these books are about optimal health, about a health promotion, disease prevention is to keep you healthy and pain-free as long as you live. And I really feel that this book, I mean, I don't know if you have Dr. Karen, I highly recommend it. One year I gave it to all my family as a holiday gift. Thank you, someone helping out on the chat room. And this book is a resource. What happens, I don't know, you want to give it a picture to me, Karen, so I can show? Yeah. But let me just show you this book that I love what she did. So for instance, she took pictures of people, and she actually has, you can identify where you are, stomach sleeping and the posture. I mean, these are people's actual photos. And then the referring pain, where it is. Because what I learned from Nancy is that if you have neck pain, it's not isolated just at your neck. It could be your traps or your lats that are so tight, and that's a referral as far as perpetuating circumstances. And so people don't know that. Like, I really thought my low back pain was because I had weak abdominals. She goes, no, it's your hips. That's where I was so tight that then caused my back to be so tight, so short. And you all are shaking your head, so you all know all this. You've been through it. Here, let's open up so we can have a discussion, Karen, for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So
I'll put on gallery view. Any questions, comments?
Yeah, comments. People were shaking their head. Help me hear what you were thinking.
I find that my hip, especially the opposite sometimes, because I know in acupuncture, it makes sense. Like your body's a mirror of itself. So when my right shoulder, I know that when I stretch my left hip, that pelvic area, I'm like, oh, it feels good. And then it kind of loosens up. So kind of looking at it from different perspectives.
Uh-huh. Great. Who else? Any aha moments? Anything that you all are dealing with that resonated? Here.
I think what you just said about, correlating lower back pain to, weaker abdomens. I always thought it was, my stomach not working out the right amount. That's why I get lower back pinches, but
Yeah,
makes sense now.
it really does. And, they're called antagonistic muscles, just like your triceps and your bicep, they're opposite muscles. And it's true, weak abs could cause, because, as far as poor posture, but you've got to strengthen both and you got to stretch both and you got to be balanced. And one of the things I think is so important as we age, things happen to our bodies that we have to stay on top of it. And, whatever your optimal health is, this is so important. And I highly recommend getting both those books because I refer to them all the time. Any other questions or comments here? What?
Thank you so much for also emphasizing how we like that balancing of shortening, and because I do find that's one of my biggest issues, that I'm overextending the back, and also emotionally we tend to kind of cover this, subconsciously.
Right.
So I do have a lot of people have a lot of issues, overextended traps and back and
Yes.
scapular area because of that, and just to have that awareness and intention to aligning your ear, and that really helps me. Yeah.
It's really important to have whoever you're living with or a friend to look at that and see, they can come in and see you in your office. My business partner, I always corrected her because she crossed her legs and she was leaning, or carrying a bag over your right shoulder. I mean, you're going to end up like this. You are. So watch the purses and the weight of the purses and the bags that we carry. And really the way to do it is to hold them down here. That's how you carry it, not over the shoulder, because then you're going to have issues with that muscle. Makes sense?
I actually got a strap once. I got some numbness, I remember, in my hands. So I had this strap that actually held my shoulders back and the numbness went away. I mean, it was amazing to see like that structural change with the change in pain.
Yeah.
And now with COVID, with so many more people are at the computer, like leaning forward, it's new muscle memories developing that's unhealthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And another stretch that I do all the time, I think I told you, to Karen's point, to open up, hold this. This is an amazing stretch. You actually can do it through a doorway. That's where I do, go through a door jamb and step through. But just hold this and see how it pulls this. It opens you up. So this is a great activity, right?
My husband does this one. He just had rotator cuff surgery 3 months ago. That's what he does.
What's that? Say it again.
My husband had rotator cuff surgery 3 months ago, and I know I see him do this one a lot.
Yeah, it opens you up. It's a great one. Great one. And I guess in ending, because I know of time, is be aware. Be aware of how your body's moving, and any discomfort or strain or pain that you have, I would say to you, don't give in to that. Find out how to take care of it now. Because I was searching. I can't even tell you. I feel like I've, won $1 million by finding Nancy. And then, of course, Dr. Karen with this program, because it really did change my life for good. And now I do consciously stretch every day. And I do the 2-rule method. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this helped. And I wish you all optimal health. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thanks, Brenda. Great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Amazing.
And so tomorrow we'll see you again. Tomorrow we talk about sugar addiction and emotional eating. Lots more resources for you. Same place. Good luck, Cynthia. Tomorrow you start day 1. And
Yep.
with Julie, your
luck.
coach, there's no way out.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be here for you. Yay, cheering you on. Thank you, Brenda. That was amazing.
Oh,
Fabulous.
you're welcome.
And
All
I'll have
And
this.
Sharon, you're
posted
going to
in the-
send the slides to everybody.
Fabulous. Yes,
Okay.
I've got them. I'll post them on the Facebook group
Thank
and
you.
in the email. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Thank you, Karen.
All right, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Brenda.
Bye.
Thank you.